I really know is 100. Nothing left. 100. Till nothing left. All I really know is 100.
All right, we're talking about unequally yoked friendships. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14 says, "Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? What communion has light with darkness?" The Living Bible translation says, "Do not be teamed with those who do not love the Lord. For what do the people of God have in common with the people of sin? How can light with darkness? How can light live with darkness?" We're talking about unequally yoked friendships. First, what in the world is a yoke? No, it's not the yellow thing in the egg. It's a farming instrument that Paul used as an illustration to people who did that for a living to illustrate a spiritual principle that bears fruit for their future. It's a wooden bar that joins two oxen together and to the burden they pull. So simply put, it's a partnership between two people that connect them to one another and control their direction and decisions. If you take two big 2,000-pound oxen and put them together with a yoke to pull a plow, that could work. But if you put a 2,000-pound ox and a 10-pound chihuahua, of course that's not going to work. That's being unequally yoked. Okay. So we understand what a yoke is. Now let's talk about a friend. What is a friend? What does the Bible say about a friend? Proverbs chapter 18 verse 24 says in the Living Bible, "There are friends who pretend to be friends, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." The Message Bible says it like this: "Friends come and friends go, but a true friend sticks by you like a family." Facebook has a list on everybody's page called a friends list. And many people brag about how many friends they have on their friends list. Some have 200, some have 500, some have thousands. And they brag and go on and on and on about how many friends they have. But the truth is, how many of those people do you really consider close friends? Yeah, you know them or you're friends with them because of a friend. But how many of them are really true friends? Well, let's talk about for just a moment, what is a true friend? Number one, they're important to you and you're important to them. Number two, they invest in your life as you invest in their life. And number three, you inspire them as well as they inspire you. Number four, they have influence in your life as well as you influence their life. And fifth, and not finally or the least, is intimate. They know your strengths, they know your weaknesses, they know every good thing about you, and they know many of the bad things that your parents probably don't know. But they still love you and stick by you no matter what anybody says. So what am I saying? Can I be a friend with people that aren't believers in Jesus? I'm not saying that. Yes, of course you can be a friend. Jesus was a friend to the sinner, and He showed them God's love and great plan for them. However, He never allowed His life to be ruled or influenced by their unbelief. Now, as a former youth pastor, I would often hear things like, "I've got to look like them, I've got to act like them, I've got to go where they go, Pastor, or I can't be a good witness." Now, as a youth pastor, I understood they were just trying to find their place in God's purpose for their life, and they're just testing the boundaries. But truthfully, as a young person, you got to choose where you go and who you go based on God's plan for your life. Remember, Jesus never did what others did to influence them to follow Him. He told the truth, led by example, and loved everyone with God's love. 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, "Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals." So if you flip that around, you could simply say, to know the truth, good company encourages good behavior. You have to know the boundaries and choose to be the influencer and not the influenced. Finally, the Message Bible in Proverbs 27:17 says, "You use steel to sharpen steel, and one friend sharpens another." To be unequally yoked means that at some point you will come to a crossroads, and the one that you are in friendship or partnership with is going to pull in the direction that isn't what God has planned for you. So you have to make a decision. Do I let them pull me in the direction that I know isn't God's plan for my life? Or do I break away and go? Well, how do I fix that problem, Pastor? Don't be unequally yoked. You can be friends with everybody. But remember, partnership and true friendship is being connected to people who will challenge you first in your walk with God. Surround yourself with people like Jesus did, and Jesus encouraged them. Surround yourself with true friends of the same faith in Jesus Christ that will sharpen you to be the best witness and the best person you are capable of becoming. Be equally yoked with people who will lead you and challenge you to pursue Jesus and be led by the Holy Spirit.